Hi, Steel family. Reinga here. Just want to say a huge hello and welcome back. We're in the last day of level 3 in lockdown, which is quite exciting, moving into level 2. And want to welcome Julie here from Blis Technologies, one of our new sponsors on board this year, and we're really excited about it. So really keen to have a chat with her and let you guys meet her and find out a lot about their product that they are supplying our team. So, Julie, tell us a little bit, before we talk about lockdown, tell us a little bit about your product for those people like myself who may not have known or heard about what it is.
Sure. Hi, everybody. Thanks for the opportunity to talk. So Blis Technologies make or discover and make probiotics. But they're very specific probiotics for the health of the mouth and throat. So you probably have heard about probiotics generally, and you know they exist in things like yogurt and kimchi and fermented foods. But those are all probiotic strains that work in the gut and balance out the microbiome and support the immunity in the gut. But what Blis probiotics are about is really the health of the mouth and throat. So good bacteria, essentially, that you can take as a supplement that boosts up the levels of good bacteria in your mouth and throat and helps support your immunity by really giving you, we like to say, the first line of defense about stuff that's coming in your mouth. So things that you're breathing in, you get so much stuff on your hands every day, you're putting it anywhere near your face, you're getting all sorts of germs that are coming in into your oral cavity. So it's just giving you some additional support for your immunity, if you like, and particularly the health of your throat.
Nice. Right, so some of the cool products that we've been given to use off Julie and her team are these little beauties here, which I know that I've been using morning and night after I brush my teeth. Just pop one of those on the tongue, let it dissolve. So at night when I'm in bed having a wee scroll on my phone or reading my book, I just put that in my mouth, and then that's helping to create those good bacteria that you were talking about. And also I know that our players have been using this product here as well, same sort of thing, same deal. After they brush their teeth morning and night, pop one of those into your mouth and let it dissolve by itself. But these products have just become part of our everyday routine, I suppose, and something that we'll look forward to using once our competition is back up and running again. So we'll talk a little bit more about the benefits of that later. But so 7 weeks of lockdown already we've had. Julie, tell me how you've coped with all of that.
Yeah, look, I'm not a person that loves to work from home, I have to say. And I've also discovered that I do not like working out in my house either. I like to go to the gym to work out. I like to come to the office to work. I really like the energy of other people to support my own energy. So being in the one place in one room in my house for 7 weeks, I found extremely challenging actually, but you make it happen. We were lucky enough that we're an essential service, so we were able to continue working right through level 4, and that meant we had to make some pretty substantial changes certainly to the factory and the way they worked to make sure it was safe, but everyone else could work from home. So I'm extremely grateful that we could continue working. But yeah, I found it a real challenge, and certainly a lot of screen time. Every meeting that we have is done like this, and that's sometimes just something you have to get used to, and it can be really uncomfortable, but you just do it. And yeah, I'm kind of pleased that we can take a different step now. I think lots of people have been saying to me that they've never felt healthier, because they've been at home and maybe getting good sleep and looking after what they eat and feeling less levels of stress. But yeah, I'm really pleased that we're coming out the other side.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I think maybe last week I was a little bit over it and just ready for some other interaction with other people outside of my bubble. Yeah. So obviously we are about to embark on something that's going to be probably a little bit crazy and a little bit wonderful soon. We're heading back into competition, and we're heading back into team training, so getting back together as a team hopefully, as early as Monday next week to gather together. So I talked about how I brush my teeth and I use the product at night and in the morning. And I know the benefits of that is to keep my, that throat, garden stuff really healthy. So, how do I keep maintaining that and make sure that I'm going to keep myself as healthy as possible moving forward?
Well, firstly, I'd say I think New Zealand is really excited that there's going to be netball again. So, we're all, obviously we're thrilled, but I can speak on behalf of probably everyone in the country who's kind of going, thank goodness we're going to be able to see some quality competition and see these athletes back on court. So that's amazing. I think, immunity is a really complex thing, and not doing just one thing is not going to solve an issue. And sometimes you just don't know that you've got a problem until you maybe pick up a bug and you're kind of thinking, oh, I thought I was really healthy. So you've got to be able to get really good sleep. You've got to eat pretty healthily. That's what you eat and drink is going to always impact on what's going on with your immunity. If you've got really super high levels of stress, that's absolutely going to have an impact. And I think for athletes in particular, that there is a lot of stress on their bodies and their systems with the training and the travel and all of that. And so that's something that you don't necessarily see as an outsider. You look at an athlete and go, wow, they're really fit and really healthy, but they might actually have a really compromised immune system because of the stress they put their bodies under. And so taking, diet and exercise and all of that's really important. And then you can supplement, which is, I guess, what our product is. It's a dietary supplement. So it's certainly not the only probiotic that you can take, because ours is very targeted. But certainly adding in good bacteria, vitamins, minerals, whatever it is that people are into, can help support when you don't have enough of those things in your diet, or you do have too much stress or whatever. And our immune systems they're pretty amazing, complex beast in terms of the way that it works. I'm not a physiologist, so I can't even begin to explain it. But what I know in layman's terms, it is changing all the time, and it's a very highly tuned machine, and one little thing can throw it off. And like I said, you just don't know that it's going to fail you until you breathe in something or you put something in your mouth that happens to go in, and your body just goes, whoa, I can't fight this one. So, I can't fight this, and it takes over, whether that's a virus, whether that's a bacteria, whether it's a fungus, anything that comes, or a parasite that comes into your body. So, it's always on the lookout. And so if you're adding in probiotics in particular, good bacteria are there to fight, if you like, the bad stuff and stimulate your immune system into getting rid of those. So that's kind of how they become, I guess, a really important part of health and well-being regimes, because they just help you support. They're not going to do the job if you've got a really bad diet and you don't sleep enough and you're really stressed. A supplement is not going to be able to take that job away, but it is going to give you some support.
Nice. I like how you talked about routine and it becoming part of what you do, because I think the perception is that our athletes are always really healthy. But, I've got the inside word there. I know that they sometimes don't look after themselves as well as they should. So I think, being able to use the product and making sure that we use it regularly so it becomes part of our routine to keep our immunity up and going is going to be very vital going forward. So just for us, like, we're going to be traveling a lot, obviously in planes. We're lucky that we're going to be in our own little bubble while we do that. But I know that this product here is going to be key for us. Is that correct? While we're traveling?
Yeah,
so
sure.
How are we going to use this to make sure, like, what is the best way to use this to make sure when we're traveling that we're keeping ourselves safe?
Yeah. So the thing with travel is, so obviously it puts stress on the body, even if it's a 2-hour flight direct to Auckland, or particularly if you're having to hop. And when you're in a confined environment like that, and you're potentially surrounded by people in pretty close quarters, although I know there's going to be social distancing on planes as well, But if someone actually happens to be sick with a cold or something like that, and they're sneezing and coughing, then those droplets, and we've been hearing a lot about this, right? Those droplets, if that's within a metre or 2 metres of you, you're going to be exposed to that type of stuff. So that's the thing. It's you know, colds and things like that are highly contagious if you're exposed to it. And so with Elite Pro, there's a dosing regime that we have for the athletes, which is really high dosing that product, particularly before they go into environments where they might be more exposed, like travel, and it's not even the planes, it's airports, and you know, being exposed to germs that you might not have been exposed to before or for you know, on a day-to-day basis. So the players should be, before they start to travel, 24 hours before they start to travel, should be high dosing on that, and probably keeping that up over the weekend when they're traveling and they're playing. It's safe to do so. It's not, there's nothing, you can't take too much of the bug. That hopefully just gives them some added support from anything that they're going to encounter. Particularly as we've also all been in lockdown for a long time, we actually haven't been exposed to maybe the normal amount of day-to-day bugs that you would just run into by being in different places and different environments and running into different people, you know. So, you know, there's bugs and germs at your own house, but your body's probably pretty used to those. So that's really how the Elite Pro can help them, is just giving them some extra support so that when their bodies do meet those germs, they hopefully have a better chance of fighting them off.
So yeah, just want to say thank you, Julie, for taking some time out of your day. I know that you're busy getting ready for what's going to be coming up next in the next few days, but also want to say thank you to your team at Blis Technologies for helping support us here at the Southern Steel. I know that we just think the product is fantastic, and we want everyone to be able to use it just the way that we do. So really appreciate you supporting our team and helping us get to where we need to be this season. So all the best for what's to come, and hopefully we get to meet face to face in the near future would be great. And just want to say you know, that we're going to be looking forward to getting back out on the court. No thanks to your support and team. Thank you.
Look, it's absolutely our pleasure, and you know, we exist to be able to work with individuals and teams like the Steel, and so, you know, we're very excited to see the team out on court. Good luck for the season. It's a shame, obviously, we can't be actually courtside to see it happen, but I think New Zealand will be tuning in on TV, and we certainly will. So best of luck for the season, and hopefully if you've got the best immunity in the competition, you're going to have the best performance.
Definitely, that'll get us through. Thank you.
Thanks.